if you're someone that likes Cameron, come off this video. If you're a Cameron fan or you're a Cameron stan or you're one of his family members or you're one of his close friends and you happen to come across this review, I would highly recommend you click off this video because I'm going to be bashing him in this review because I'm saying it now, and I just want to put all my cards out there on the table. I'm not putting up with this shit for 7 weeks. I'm not dealing with this crap for 7 weeks. I think he's rude. He's very intolerable. You can be opinionated, but I find him quite disrespectful, if I'm honest with you. Like, he's just rude and he's obnoxious and he's actually quite arrogant. I promise to God, Lord, hear my prayer. I'm not putting up with this shit for 7 weeks. I've just literally suffered watching Love Island for 8 weeks, having to deal with the gaslighting, the bullying, the divide, all that type of stuff. I'm not dealing with another 7 weeks of that. So, guys, I'm saying it now off the back end, and I actually mean what I'm saying. If this man continues to be insufferable while this, I will stop watching this. I'm being flat out serious when I say this. So I want everyone to know I'm not joking. I'm actually not I'm not dealing with it. Mentally, I actually can't take it. Like, I'm being dead serious. So, like, this was just one episode, but if this continues to happen and it's a continuous thing and he continues being like this, I'm gonna clock out. I'll happily clock out because then that means less work for me as well. I'll be so real. But yes, before we get into this review, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And as you guys already know, I'm on the road to 10,000 subscribers. Without further ado, let's get straight into this review. So the episode enters. The 4 new housemates enter. Cameron B, Richard, Feshola, and George. George said that Emily would look quite annoying. I can agree with. You see, that's the only thing that he said that I'm like, yeah, cool. I hear it. But even with that comment when he said that, I said, he's gonna be a problem. He gonna be a problem. Even though I was like, yeah, okay, I hear it, but you gonna be a problem. From that comment alone, I said, you're quite opinionated. The reason why I know you're going to be a problem, because I tend to be a problem sometimes, because I'm opinionated too. The difference is I'm not arrogant though, because there were certain things that he said today and that he done that we're going to get to, and I'm going to have to drag him for it, because I don't know who he thinks he is or who he think he's talking to or who he think he's talking about. Cool, I'm gonna be good for him when I get to the point. The 4 new housemates have been summoned to the diary room. Big Brother has a task for them. They have 2 evil eyes, and they must decide which of the other housemates should get them. The housemates that they choose will face the eviction this upcoming Friday. And I quite regarding that, I do think I think Big Brother this year is quite brutal. I think like the evictions are coming like that. They're quite brutal in terms of. So I'm guessing with the eviction, people are nominated for eviction, then it's down to us to vote who we want out the house. I'm guessing that's how it works. I'm guessing. If I had to guess, that's how it works. Excuse me, but I'm sure there's going to be times where it's not down to the public and it's down to the housemates. It's literally giving like Love Island tease, but like obviously without the love aspects of it. That's what is to me, because obviously I've been watching Love Island more than I've been watching Big Brother. So I'm only trying to take, it's probably like a similar concept in terms of that. I put down here that Feshola, she seems like a vibe. I really do love her energy. She seems quite nice. She seems quite genuine. I'm saying she, but that might not even be her pronouns. At the end of the day, like, going into this, you don't know anybody's pronouns off the bat. So if you guys happen to find out their pronouns, just let me know. So because I really don't like using incorrect things for people, especially when I don't know, you know. Marcus says he wants to learn more about the political world. I don't think the Big Brother house is the space to do that, just in my humblest opinion. I mean, if it happens to come up in conversation and you want to kind of hear what people are saying, that's different. But to say you want to learn more about, me personally, if I was in Big Brother, I would not want to learn more about politics. I already see everything that's going on the news. But then again, for him, I guess he was saying that he's quite excluded when it comes to that. Like, he doesn't pay attention to all of that stuff, which, cool, I guess it makes sense why he would want to know more about it. Elsa is saying that she used to be like a witch. And just for that comment, Elsa needs to go where? In the bin. I don't fuck with that. I'm trying not to swear, but anyway, anywho. Yeah, I don't mess with that. I'm so sorry. Them type of things, I do not mess with that. No, sorry, I don't mess with that at all. Now this is where George started to get on my nerves. So Cameron felt like eating biscuits in the morning, which I've done before. Not now. Like I try to really stay away from biscuits, even though I got a packet of custard creams really looking at me in my face and saying to eat me before I go to bed. But I've already brushed my teeth for the night, so I'm not eating no more snacks for the rest of today. But as I said, I really do try to not eat that many biscuits. But here comes George being the food teacher and telling Cameron how he shouldn't be eating biscuits first thing in the morning, how it has a lot of sugar. I'm so glad. At times, I'm glad I'm not on shows like this, because I would have really told him about himself. I would have really told him about himself, because who would have... I don't want to get demonetized. Who are you talking to, and who are you lecturing? You ain't nobody's daddy. Last time I checked, you're looking like Lord Farquaad. Keep in your corner and leave me alone. Who are you talking to? You come in here, Tariq. I don't want to be mean. Actually, I really don't want to be rude, but I don't like when people come in with that type of energy. If Cameron wants to eat biscuits at 7 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock in the, that's his prerogative. That's his decision. If he wants to make himself more unhealthy, that's his decision. You could give the advice and say, I wouldn't even give the advice. If that's what my man wants to do, that's what he wants to do. But for you to say, oh, it's got a lot of sugar, this, that, and that, I'm pretty sure Cameron knows it's got a lot of sugar. But if that's his choice of breakfast, that's his choice of breakfast. This guy's gonna... That's what I said. I already said it at the start of this review, before I even got into it. I said, I'm not dealing... I promise you. You lot think it's a joke. I'm not dealing with this. I promise you. Because I'll end up saying things that will end up getting me demonetized. And I'm sorry, I have a brand to protect. No. So, I promise you, I am not putting myself through that suffering for 7 weeks. I'm just not doing it. So he better change it. He better act accordingly. Cameron is even saying that he finds George a bit much, and yes, he is a bit much. He's coming very opinionated, throwing his weight around, acting like he's the shit. Like, relax. I don't know if you're playing up for the cameras. I don't know if you're... Because are you like this in real life? Because if you are, how do you have friends? But then if you have friends, your friends probably are like you. George actually came in talking a bit about politics and stuff like that, and Cameron was just saying he's a bit much. Literally, as I think it was Gani, Cameron, and Caroline, as they were talking in like that secret garden bit, George then came to sat down with them because they were doing meditation before. Here comes another comment that he made. So Gani was obviously doing his meditation. No one else had a problem with it. No one else said anything. Gani was like, so you just got to do this noise before doing the meditation. And here George saying, oh, this one's got a screw loose. Guys, I don't like him. And when it comes to the voting, I will be voting him to come out of the house as quick as possible. I do not like George. With a passion. And you've just come in. How do I already have this much dislike for you? It hasn't even been 24 hours. You've just come in today and I already don't like you. Yeah. I don't like George. Put me in a house. You lot, listen. Because I was actually like, when I start doing stuff like this is how you know I'm mad, you know. When I was here, I was actually like acting out. I'm mad, you know. I was actually acting out the scene of like, if it was me and him in that situation. Because I would have called him out, because who's got a screw loose? You're not talking to me. I'll give you a chance to rectify what you're saying, because it's not me you're talking to. Because now then you'll give me a chance to really get onto you. Like I said, sometimes it's a blessing that I do not go on certain things because I've got a brand to protect. Because I would really drag people. And the thing is, I won't hold my tongue. I won't. I don't hold my tongue for ish. Especially against people like that. That just feel like they can say and do anything. Okay, if you could, I could do that too, but I could do it 10 times worse. Let's see who's the better bitch. Richard said he's had a completely celibate life. That, Richard, props to you, man. I don't even know why I just said that. Props to you. Honestly, props to you, because sexual discipline in this world nowadays is hard. For some people. For me, I can manage. Okay? At times, yes, I may get a little bit hot, but I can control myself. Some people I can't say the same for, unfortunately. Richard has an adopted son and 3 grandchildren. And Richard was basically explaining to Jenny, Zila, and there was someone else, but I couldn't quite, I can't remember who. But he was basically explaining how he adopted his son. And the son is actually a refugee. And it was in Malaysia when he was there for work. And the story is so sweet, guys. Obviously I couldn't write all of it down. But the story is just so sweet how he met his son. It's like due to literally initial interaction, the guy said, "Oh, is this what it feels like to have a dad?" Vice versa, and Richard said the same thing. Is what it felt, and then literally there and then it happened. So I thought that was a really cute story, to be honest with you. George was in the diary room and he was saying to Big Brother how he's saying that the way that he's dressed or something like that is like you can see that he has standards, and he's saying that the standards are clearly lacking by some people in the Big Brother house. What standards do you have? Because you think you work for your little council and you do some little voluntary work, that makes you have standards? You think because you come in dressed like you're ready to play polo, that makes you have standards? You look like you ain't washed your hair in weeks. You've got spots all over your face. No, I'm sorry, guys, I'm sorry, but I'm going there. You've got spots and acne all over your face. Have you heard of skincare? Have you heard of taking care of your skin? Have you heard of drinking water? Have you heard of eating properly? You're talking about Cameron eating all this sugary food. Why do you have spots all here on your face? Come again. Yes, I took it there because I'm already tired of him. I'm tired. I am tired. And it hasn't even been a day. And I'm going to say it again. I promise you. I'm giving it until the end of the week. I'm giving it until Friday. If he continues, I'm going to stop watching the show. You lot think it's jokes. Stay there. You know, the reviews will be cut very short because I'm not dealing with it. I'm just mentally, for my mental state, I'm not dealing with it. Because I know people say, oh, you shouldn't allow someone on reality TV to get you all riled up. I'm sorry, I'm watching someone on TV basically basically being arrogant and thinking that they're the shit, their shit don't stink, walking around, because I work for the council, or I take voluntary work. I mean, that don't make you ish. Oh, he's really irking my spirit already, honestly. And this was another thing that he said. It's just like, it was just constant in this episode. George was saying that Nancy should make up her mind about where she's from. Because she's saying that she's from Poland and she's from Italy. This was George. Oh, she can't just make up her mind, or she should just make up her mind. You are disgusting. I'm sorry, you're a horrible person. And I'm glad Fashola checked his ass, because Fashola says she can be from both. Excuse me, I'm glad she checked him. Because I'm sorry, yes, you're doing way too much. For your first day, I would have waited at least a week to start acting up. A day? Your first day? Some people find this as good TV. I don't. I just find it, the arrogance is beyond me. The ignorance is beyond me. You can have your opinion. You can be opinionated, but come correct. Otherwise you get checked. If I was in that house, I would have checked. Maybe it's good I didn't get in this year. I can say it now because it's happened. Yes, I did apply. I was reached out and I applied. Thank God. God has other plans for me. I did not get on. He would have been checked severely as well. I would have checked his ass. You're not playing. I promise you, I'm not the one. I would have checked him. People like him haven't been checked. That's the problem. People are enabling this bullshit, and that's why he continues to say whatever he wants to say and gets away with it. He hasn't been challenged, and that's the problem. Zila is then opening up to Sam about his transition, and he was saying that he's been bullied for being a man in school. Zila once got dragged by 2 bouncers out of the bathroom, and he had to lift up his top to basically prove at the time that he was a woman. I think that's utterly disgusting that Zila had to even go through that. The fact that Zila had to lift up his top is beyond me. And as we're on the topic of the transgender situation, where's my other... Oh, it's here. I need to... we're going off topic, but I need to mention it here. I just want to get the guy's name so I'm not going crazy. Nathan King is the biggest TWAT going. I'm not going to say the word, but I'll spell it out. And the reason why I say that, because he thought it was okay, right, to put up a post of Zila when Zila said, this is how you know transphobic is not being a choice. Wait, hold on, I don't want to misquote anything. So I really have to go to the is it still up there? Is it still up there? So he said so Zila obviously said in the Big Brother thing, I'm living proof that being transgender is not a choice. And then he quoted it. Obviously, you know when you can add something to your Insta story. And he said, so first of all, misgendering Zila, and then said it's not a choice, it's mental illness. This should not be encouraged. And at that point, when I tell you, if you guys haven't seen the TikTok, you should go over and watch it. I dragged him because what you're not going to do is come with your transphobia. We're not about to do that. No. We're in big 2025. We're not doing that. Nathan King, we are not doing that. It's big 25. We are not coming with the transphobia. We are not doing that. That's what's not happening. We are not doing that. So yeah, I made sure to drag his ass on the TikTok, and I made sure to go live and share it so people can screenshot it and screen record it. And for those that are on here as well, you can find the video on my TikTok and you can find the video on my Instagram. Because what we're not gonna do is be transphobic. Zila for the win. That's just gonna push it more now, and I hope Zila wins. I hope Zila wins the season to shut you haters up. But yes, to go back on topic, Big Brother then ends up calling. Yeah, sorry, I just had to quickly speak about that. Big Brother has called the 4 new housemates. Today they have to choose the first person that they want to give the evil eye to, and then tomorrow they're going to choose the second housemate. So all 4 of them decided to give the evil eye to Zila, and then they had to give their reasons. So Zila is now nominated up for eviction for this Friday. Their reasons were basically very generic. We haven't really gotten to know you, which is, I guess, is fair enough. Nothing personal, quite generic. It is what it is type of thing. Zila is saying that he's quite anxious and says his nerves is what's holding him back, and I do get it. Being on something like Big Brother, it's probably not easy. Not only are you with a bunch of strangers in a house, but you got millions of people watching you on TV. That's at the back of your mind. Yes, you know there's cameras all around you, but at the back of your mind, you know that there's also millions of people watching you at home. It is nerve-wracking. It is nerve-wracking. So I can sympathize with that, and I do understand that. But Zila, piece of advice. I know you're not going to see it, but you might see it when you come out. Let all that shit go. Just let it go. Let it go. Just, even sometimes if you have to go in a corner and just take deep breaths in and breathe out, and don't let the nerves hold you back. Be yourself, because being yourself will get you places. That's all I'll say with that. Is there anything else? Caroline was saying towards the end that she knows that George wasn't an arsehole. I'm sorry, Caroline. I strongly disagree. I think he's the biggest arsehole that's come in so far. And I feel like I'm so sad to say that I feel like this is not the end of it. I feel like he's going to continue, and I feel like it's only going to get worse. But there's limited time for me because I'm not dealing with that. Unless the series gets better. But I really don't. I really can't be bothered to be going for another 7 weeks of turmoil. I can't be bothered to be dealing with it. But yeah, guys, that is the end for today's review. If you guys have enjoyed, please be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And as you know, we're on the road to 10,000 subscribers. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.